Oh, how about now? Any sound now, my friends? Yes, thank you. I had pulled the plug out yesterday to fix it, and I never pushed it back in far enough. Yay. All right, we're going to start the whole thing over again. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, well. So, a little quote for you today from Frederick Lenz. As you absorb more mystical Kundalini, you will be able to perform a few minor miracles. As you do this, you run a great risk of egotism. Some people handle this well, some don't. Frederick Lenz. Lots of spirituality is like this. And we're going to talk a little bit about ego, and then we're going to meditate in silence together. And group meditation, of course, is more powerful than meditation alone. That's why we do it. So, one of the things that happens as you advance in your spiritual life, as you dig deeper and you create more space inside yourself for the presence of the divine, is that miracles begin to occur in your life. You may begin to have a lots of synchronicities, or you be able to maybe have an intuition that lets you know who's going to be calling you on the phone, or maybe you have a minor miracle of a bigger sort. You begin to attract the things in your life that you desire, but more particularly, maybe you begin to bring heaven into the world around you, and people notice your shine or your sparkle, or something like that. Some things like that. A problem becomes trouble when you begin to think it's about yourself and you run into egoism in the spiritual world. There's a famous yoga teacher, I'll leave him nameless, but he had a lot of studios around the world. And one of the things he's quoted as saying, I saw on videotape, uh, I am the most spiritual person you'll ever meet in your life. Oh, maybe he is a spiritual person. I've never met the man. I don't really know. But if he is a spiritual person and he has some sort of growth in his kundalini, his power of the chi, his prana has risen up, and people feel this radiance from him, then great. But the problem becomes when it becomes self-centeredness with the little tiny s, the lowercase s, instead of the capital S of union with the divine. Because what that means is that he's focused on himself, or she's focused on herself. Self-realization, not self-realization. And it becomes an inhibitor. You can only go so far and advance so much in your spiritual life if it's all about you. And if you're having a Kundalini awakening, or you've had some sort of spiritual growth, and the radiance is starting to come from inside you to the outside of you, and little miracles are happening in your life, and you begin to think that it's me, it's my light, it's my mine, as Augustine used to say, the three worst words in the language, me, my, mine. When that begins to happen, you actually shut this off. This, you can only go so far when your ego is in the way. So it's a risk. But if you know the risk, then you can avoid the risk. And you avoid the risk by aiming at the oneness of being and not at yourself. And understanding that this physical manifestation of a human being in this manifested world, in this limited world, is just that. It's limited. And if you want the limited, that's great. But if you want the unlimited with a capital U, then that could be your focus on your interior world, and it impacts your ego because it helps you understand that you are not the totality of the light itself. Yes, you are part of the light, but not the totality of it, not by a long, long way. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say this morning about all of that. Sorry about the sound thing. I got the plug back in. Oy vey, I don't know. Oh well. Such is my life. Uh, on the upside of all of this, as I pull out my mask, in order to darken my room down here. I redid my whole studio this week, as you can see. I've moved things around. I finally got a new system set up, which is why the thing wasn't really plugged in well because I'm still working on it. All my gear is new stuff. Anyway, yes, last year and a half manifestation on steroids. That's what happens, T Barb. But make sure that you're manifesting things that are good for you and the world, and I'm sure you are. Uh, the thing that I try to manifest is heaven on earth inside myself and let the gifts take care of themselves. That's just my path. Anyway, I'm really glad for you, T. Barb and Wendy, spot on. It's such a fine line. Excellent tip you shared. Thank you, Wendy. To watch where a person credits the light they claim. Exactly true. Hey, Maggie, welcome. And Sheila, good morning. I is another bad word. Yeah. All right, my friends. I'm going to notice that my camera is turned around. Everything's in reverse. Okay. Hi, Jill. I recently found your channel. I'm so glad you're here this morning. We're gathering on Monday mornings to do live meditation, silent prayer, silent meditation, centering prayer. It comes out of the Theravada Christian Catholic cloud of unknowing background with some Kriya added in from the Yoga Sutras and Paramahansa. That's basically the thumbnail of what we're doing here. And when two or three are gathered, when we gather together in a group, there's a more powerful presence of the divine among us because this thing is multiplies itself. Jesus, when I am there, when two or three are gathered, I am there. There's always more of the divine presence when we practice together. I'm usually not up so early to catch you, so I figured it's a message for me to hear this morning. God so wills, inshallah. Chill. I recently. Oh, you already read that. Okay, so let's go to our meditation. We usually begin with 3 ohms, get a little chanting going. And when I practice my verbalized chanting with Om, I leave a pause at the top of my breath and a pause at the bottom of my breath, and I pull. And when I'm exhaling, I pull in on my stomach muscles, I pull in on my lower back, and I force my prana, my breath, with a slow flow up into my chest where I let this resonate down here in my heart chakra. And then I bring it up to my throat chakra and I let the down here. Oh, right here. I ride that right up to name right there. Anyway, that's enough of that stuff. Let's meditate. I really need it this morning. I'm going to put on my clock, put on my mask, take off my glasses, not in that order. You're welcome, Jill. All right, so 20 minutes, 3 ohms, centering prayer. Starting the clock. And I wear a mask to make it dark. Relax. When your mind wanders, return to your prayer word. Well, my friends, it's been 20 minutes. I hope your meditation went well. Once I got my mind under control, mine did. I spent quite a bit of time focusing right here. If you're a beginner, or even if you're not, if you're an experienced meditator, silent prayer person, I find that this particular spot, my third eye, if I focus my mind there the entire time, it begins to open again and again and again. Just thought I'd let you know. All right, my friends, see you on Wednesday here or tomorrow, Tuesday, in the Zoom meditation group. Link at peterpanagore.love. Peace and love, everybody. Namaste. See you soon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for bringing your light. Thanks for sharing it with all of us. My meditation is always deeper when I do it in community. Thank you very much. Peace and love to you all. Hi, Stuart. Thank you. Cheers to you too. So soon, yes, that quick. And I promise that I'm going to get all of my controls under control. And I want to say one last thing before I go. Hi, Maggie. Blessings on you too. That this new equipment that I have was funded through a GoFundMe that a particular person created for me when my TV show ended 3 years ago. And I saved all of that money. And over all this time, added a little more and a little more to it as I went along. And now I've got a capacity for a cleaner view, a better studio, and when my mic is plugged in, a better system. So peace and love to you all. Thank you for everything, and see you soon.